There, so today we have another review. This is a beer courtesy of nebeercommunity.com, Northeast Beer Community. Please check him out. He's on Twitter and Instagram, causing a fun, nice community for everything. And so this is King JJJuliusss. What an awesome beer to try out. This was originally released in 2016. Yeah, I was there for the 4th anniversary. I think that might have been the release of this beer. Yeah, I might have. It's at the King. It's at the King. For sure, Julius was there. Very Hazy was there. I might have a review of it, but if I don't, this is my first review of it. So this is sort of a bigger version or more heavily hopped version of King Julius. I've reviewed that as well, and this is actually an interesting thing. Somebody actually mentioned it on Instagram. You guys can't see this, but it's brewed in Munson. So not the Charleston location, the OG location. That I remember, Little Tree House, and then also the bigger facility, the 30 Barrel facility, and now they're one of the largest producers of New England IPA in the world. And I got a little bit chilled, so had it out for a minute, trying to warm that guy up. All right, let's go. Cannot be more excited. I mean, this is one of the kings. I mean, this is like one of the kings of New England IPA. So one of the top rated beers on Untapped, and I'm on It's back. So first off, the beer is very hazy. I don't know if this beer was ever, pretty much. So Julius is a slightly darker kind of beer, and so it comes like a medium gold, but it's full on hazy, fluffy white head. So on the nose, I get a little bit of that green hop character. This beer is quite fresh. It is week fresh, yeah, week fresh pretty much. Let's say a week and a half fresh. Nice green and hoppy. It honestly reminds me a little bit more of the Charleston releases, the more recent beers that I've had last year or so. But I get the underneath Julius character, so it's very orangey, it's very citrusy, it's that like orange creamsicle thing. Some mangoes and that soft, light, kind of like creamy malt thing, that oat wheat kind of, oat cream kind of thing. Cheers. Yeah, that's good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. And it rides, and there's that like really wonderful kind of like banana ester, juicy fruit, bubble gum thing that like pushes the hops, because you get an initial attack of hop, and then it pushes with that ester thing, and the hops like ride on top of that. So it's like, so what do we go? Very citrusy up front. Pineapple, mango, rich orange peel whipping into it. Juicy, and then it rides on that bubblegummy thing, which allows the fruit character to sort of like sit a little bit longer on your palate. Beautifully dry. Again, that oat cream kind of thing is sitting on the palate. Probably wheat, but oh, and then you get that signature kind of like juicy fruit, intensely juicy fruit. It's like literally like, by the way, people do it sometimes, but they come in and try and drink beer with a piece of gum in their mouth, which is weird, but it literally is like you just sipped on a New England double IPA while you were like chewing on a juicy fruit crumb. It's such a fun ester profile that Treehouse has. Honestly, reminds me a little bit of the Equilibrium beers. But now you drink it more as it warms up. It's so juicy fruity, and it's like orange juicy fruit for days. Dry beer, super citrusy. None of the hop burn on the palate. You get a kind of lingering like bitterness, such green. It's not really bitterness, but it's a green hop attack, which was more prevalent on the nose, but really just like sitting really wonderfully on the palate, and you get wonderful lacing on this beer. You see like 1 sip, 2 sip, 3. Oh. So excited for this one, and the expectations really hit. This is a platonic ideal for me of what New England IPA should be. It's got great aromatics. It's got that silky mouthfeel, great drinkability for beer sits at 8.4, Jesus Christ. And it's pushed on all those really nice kind of citrusy qualities. This is probably mostly Citra, so really relying on great crop of Citra. Maybe not as insane as what Citra was like 5, 6, 7 years ago, but it's still like killer. And then you get a little bit of that kind of green character now that I drink it more, that Citra has evolved into. Get that really ester forward yeast that they're using. I think they use a blend of yeasts. And as you drink it more, and as it warms up, it gets so estery. It's so treehouse. It's so defined by that. It's really wonderfully dry. I just want to sit and savor this. Like, it's so freaking good. Really met expectations easily. I think I had Juice Machine and Very Green with Katie when someone dropped it off last year at the brewery. But man, this hits all expectations. I mean, just good as I remember it. Like, the drinkability is just so high, and then it's so punchy up front. Yeah, it's really nice and silky and creamy. I feel like before maybe it was a little bit thicker, but yeah, but I think what happens is that there's more of that green attack that comes in quite nicely that ends up drying out the beer a bit more. It has this kind of like tannin kind of impression to it versus that big like you take a little sip and you just like completely envelops your palate with like creaminess. Oh my God. Yeah, anyway, so had Pliny the Younger last night, and this for me gets 100 out of 100. Yeah, 100 plus out of 100. 100 plus out of 100. This is literally, again, the ideal of what I want from New England IPA, and really shows what Treehouse does and why I love Treehouse and why they were and sort of are my favorite New England IPA brewer. I mean, I guess most recent contender would be Sapwood Cellars. Really crushes it. So if you guys are seeking something out, get that, because I imagine this is arguably like impossible to get. But wow. King Julius, just humbled by having a beer like this next to me. Thank you so much, Any Beer Community. Check them out, anybeercommunity.com. What a special beer. Thank you for the glass, thank you for the beers. This is just killer. This is just in a glass. Like, the whole reason why, you know, my channel exploded, and those trips to Treehouse and Hill Farmstead, Trillium, blah, blah. It's a humbling beer. Like, it's, you know, after all these years, you think like, you know, like you evolve into different beers, like mixed fermentation and other beers and stouts and this and that. But in the end, like it's just like, this is just, I talk to brewers, like you hear brewers talk about like, oh, New England IPA, I'm not a big fan of that. But when you have beer like this, like what the hell? Like how? And it's been, 5 years since the beer has been around, and replication of this is few and far between. Absolutely ridiculous. So, absolutely amazing. I mean, it's just literally one of the best beers I've ever had, and crazy. I'm just speechless, and I don't know what to say. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Thank you so much. This is absolutely insane. Just like, yeah, less words are better. It just shows that Darwin's just like, around myself is just sitting here, just like savoring it. Cheers. Later, guys.